Zips Volleyball with head coach Ron Arenz. In this edition, we recap Akron's recent victories, speak with sophomore Ashley Holder, and look ahead at the upcoming games. All this and more on Zips Volleyball with head coach Ron Arenz. Hi everyone, I'm your host, Chrissy Perbonik. Coach, huge victory for Zips Volleyball. This weekend was awesome against Ball State and Buffalo. Can you speak to us about, let's start with Buffalo.
Well, it's nice to be able to sit here and talk to you about wins after the rough start of conference, but it was really good. The win against Buffalo was obviously our first one and really long awaited. For our girls, it was a big weight off their shoulders. Mm-hmm. It was a team win. Everybody did a good job in terms of filling in their roles. We made a couple key substitutions at a couple of critical points in the match, and the girls showed a tremendous amount of fortitude.
And then against Ball State, they were leading in the West Division. How was that for your team?
Oh, the big feather in
the cap. Big, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, being a team on the bottom, you're always looking up, and to be able to pull the win against the top team on the West Division and potentially a MAC tournament champion, to be able to influence the conference from our position is obviously something that we're happy to be able to do. And, it couldn't have come at a better time as we come close to the end of the season.
Your team kind of made Ball State look like they've never played before. What are some of the strengths that you're pulling off from that game?
Well, Ball State's a really strong team,
yeah.
And they are positioning themselves just like everybody else. We knew for us it was going to be a David and Goliath situation. Mm-hmm. We put together a pretty good game plan. We came out firing. We were ahead in the sets that we won, with the exception of a couple in game 4. But we had players pulled together, pulled through with both Alex's and Kelsey. Julie Shulman stepped in as a freshman, and to me, the player that made the biggest impact was our setter, Ashley Holder.
And then in between sets 2 and 3 during the intermission, what was the atmosphere like in your locker room with those girls?
It was foreign, because going up 2-0 against a team into the break isn't something that we experienced often. The mood was light. They were very determined. Mm-hmm. They knew that they had been in a situation like this before in the past. They wanted to make sure they safeguarded their lead. But any time that you have a break in between like that, 10 minutes, momentum could turn its back on you, and it did. And Ball State came out firing in Game 3. We talked to the team about just focusing on getting their legs back underneath them, that they were ahead in the match, and they didn't need to worry and just continue getting grounded and play like we did in the first 2 sets.
You mentioned Ashley Holder as your MVP, so when we come back, we will hear from Ashley.
Even the smallest Zip can be a part of the team by joining Zippy's Kids Club. It's the coolest club around for kids 12 and under. Zippy's Kids Club is presented by North Akron Savings Bank. For more information, visit gozips.com/Zippy's Kids Club.
Welcome back to Zips Volleyball with head coach Ron Arenz. I'm your host, Chrissy Perbonik. I'm joined with sophomore Ashley Holder. Ashley, how's the season been for you?
It's been good. It's been a struggle getting injured and then coming back, but it feels good to be back on the court.
What are some of the changes that you've noticed in yourself and your play since coming back from injury?
It's been hard, like being out and then coming back, but I feel a lot more reserved on most of my play, a lot more calm and focused, and it was interesting to take a step off the court and then come back on. It gives a whole new perspective to the game.
You've had some recent success with these past 2 games. How are you feeling about that?
It feels great, especially because we've been working hard all season, and to finally get it to show in a game and show everyone else what we've been able to do, it feels great.
You guys looked super great out there against Ball State. What are your expectations for these 2 final games coming up here at home?
I mean, we're feeling good. We're hoping to carry the momentum from last weekend into this weekend and hoping to keep that same style of play into these next 2 games.
Wonderful. Thanks so much for your time, Ashley, and good luck.
Thank you so much.
Coach, Ashley's battled back from injury. How has this transition back into play been for her?
Well, her injury, unbeknownst to a lot of people, started a little bit less than a year ago in December. She had to undergo a surgery that sidelined her pretty much all through spring. And being our heir apparent for the setting position, not having her in the springtime to really train is really kind of set us back. However, she worked really hard through the summer to get herself back on the court, and in essence is really playing as a freshman type of a setter. She's a tremendous setter at the high school and the club level, and not being able to set for a full year, she's really impressed me and the other coaches in terms of getting her her spot.
And now that she is back, what are some of her strengths that you are seeing from her?
Leadership and tenacity. She's always the one that's voicing out on the court. She's the voice of the calm voice, the voice of reason, the stability on the court. She's doing a good job leading our offense in terms of identifying blocking situations and creating formidable situations for outsides to score points.
What are some of your expectations from her as you do continue play?
Well, we expect her to continue getting on in terms of identifying defenses and really setting offenses around that at the discretion, obviously, of the coaches and things like that, but really giving her an opportunity to really expand in those roles and really be an active part in determining our offense plans.
I'm glad to have her back.
We are too.
When we come back, Coach and I will preview upcoming games.
Zips fans, register today for the new and improved Rewards program. Earn points and prizes for interacting with the Zips on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and more. Registration is free and easy, and you could win tons of great prizes. Visit zipsrewards.com today to begin collecting points.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to Zips Volleyball with head coach Ron Arenz. I'm your host, Chrissy Perbonik. Coach, we're wrapping up regular season. We've got Bowling Green in Miami. What are your expectations for Bowling Green's game?
Well, it's to avenge a loss. We weren't playing at the level that I knew we were able to play first time we met them at their place. So for the girls, it's about avenging that loss and really showing Bowling Green the type of level of volleyball that we're capable of.
And then the game against Miami. That's senior night for you guys. Can you speak to your seniors and maybe some things that you're going to miss about them the most?
Well, the senior match is always a bittersweet one. Bitter in the sense that they're going to be closing out their seasons and we won't be going on to postseason play as we had hoped and dreamed of. But another opportunity for them to avenge a loss that we gave at their place. And there's one thing about this group is that regardless of where we're at in the season, their work ethic has become second to none. They understand that there's a big picture and they're continuing to run through the line, as we say, and not really approach the end of the season as the end and kind of coast through and let it happen. They're always pushing through.
What are some of the strengths that you see that Akron has over Miami?
Well, one, we're at home, which is really good.
Yeah.
And what we are able to determine and establish on Saturday is that we've got many options. And if we can get all those options working together at the same time like we did over the course of last week, then we're going to be in a pretty good situation.
Well, good luck to you this weekend.
Thanks.
For head coach Ron Arenz, I'm your host, Chrissy Perbonik for GoZips.com. And coach, as always,
Go Zips!
the Zips wrap up their regular season at home at James A. Rhodes Arena with 2 back-to-back games beginning Friday, November 15th at 7 p.m. as the Zips will host Bowling Green. Akron hits the court again for senior night Saturday, November 16th as they will play host to Miami at 5 p.m. For ticket information, call 1-888-99-AKRON or visit zipstickets.com.